Hamster Sales here, bringing you another video of a game I just played on Metalopolis, a Zerg versus Zerg. I'm the red Zerg in this kind of rightish position. People like to give clock positions. I guess this would be 2 or 3 o'clock. This would be 12 or 1 o'clock on these weird positions they put you in Metalopolis. My blue Zerg opponent is a sea monkey up against a guy who is in Hamster Sales. So this is a Zerg versus Zerg. I've been playing a fair amount of Zerg versus Zerg. I've maybe lost 5 in a row to this point. I've been losing a lot of Zerg versus Zerg. It's something I used to feel fairly confident in, playing some ZVZ, but I seem to have gotten steadily worse at it lately. I've just lost all of my feel for any kind of timings. Half the time all my base will be overrun. He'll have twice as many Zerglings as I do, and I just have no idea how to scout him, because I don't want to keep my Overlord in his base, because the Queen will just kill it. And yeah, I've just lost a lot of feel for how to play against my fellow Zerg. But we will see how I do in this game. A lot of funny stuff happens in this game that I wanted to talk about, which I think is worth commentating on. So I got my spawning pool at a weird timing in this game. I think I got it on 14? 13? No, I got it on 12. I got it on 12. He must have got his at a more normal 14 because I'm a bit ahead of him. I felt like 12 is something people don't normally do, and I've been losing a lot doing what people normally do, so it seemed like a logical timing to me. You get your Overlord out, you get those 2 quick drones, and then instead of waiting for that extra larva to pop out, I instead pool money and build my spawning pool. It finishes, get a Queen, Zergling. So what I do here is I'm going to mass up a fat pile of Zerglings and attack this guy, because I figure he's probably going to be doing the same thing. My thought here is to not get any drones, get up to about 40 supply, and attack him with a big pile of Zerglings. Some of you may have heard of the Spanishiwa build, the player who kind of burst onto the scene with a revolutionary idea that you don't get your gas until 40 drones. Well, I'm not doing that here. In fact, I realized I was a bit behind on gas, so what I'm doing is I'm building 2 geysers. I'm going to mine these until I get 100 gas for speed, and then I'll cut all mining and go back to minerals to support ling production. So he's getting a fairly fast hatchery here. He's got a lot, I'm assuming a lot more drones than I do. Yeah, he's got a little more eco. He's got 17 drones to my 13, and he's getting his hatchery, whereas I'm getting a ton of Zerglings. I have 12 to his 2 right now. If I had just known that, I would be in his base killing his mans, but instead I am massing up because I'm afraid to scout for some reason. That is maybe one thing I will start doing now that I see this, sending a Zergling in more diligently. People are pretty good nowadays in the leagues that I play about blocking scouting, but even the pros try to get in every once in a while, and they frequently do. That's something I should be doing more. All of you should be doing more if you don't already. So I'm up to 18 Zerglings to his 5. I have a huge advantage, I just don't know it. He's building a couple of spines. I'm going to scout his door a little bit with my Overlord, see the creep, see his expansion. See his creep. Am I going to see his creep? There's some creep. So yes, now I know he has an expansion and a spine. So do I know exactly how many Zerglings he has? No, but I can assume this is about it. My 26 to his 13. So as soon as speed finishes here, I'm going in. I'm going to try to kill this guy. In production I have an additional 10 Zerglings. I'm going to be attacking him with close to 40 Zerglings. Oh, that's why I was rambling about Spanishiwa before. I got early gas instead of getting no gas, and my plan was to get about 40 Zerglings instead of 40 drones before gas production. So yeah, I have 38 instead of 40. I was pretty close to my goal here. 38 versus his 13, 2 spine crawlers and a Queen. He is seeing my units attacking. He's producing 4 more Zerglings. I'm going to come in here for the attack shortly. Here I go. So I get in, take a few shots, kill a few stray Zerglings, and let the battle begin. 37 over 23 to start. Let's see how I do. 22 over 10. Oh, I am crushing him. And at this point, I don't know why I'm running in here. I probably should have continued engaging, but instead I go right after the drones. I guess that's good. You could always expect reinforcements in that situation, so doing some economic damage to him. Getting his drones all the way down to 11. Okay, so that attack was more successful than I thought it was at the time. When this was happening, I figured he'd have such a huge drone advantage. It didn't feel like I was doing that much damage, but I did get some damage done there. I'm pretty proud of that. Checking out the units killed tab, I killed 6 of his workers to bring our economies, well, actually to pull ahead an economy briefly before he started droning up there. I'm droning up too, so let the race begin. I am down in expansion though, so that's something I'm taking care of right now. Unit count, I'm up by 3 Zerglings. I was a little worried about a counterattack for some reason when I was playing at this point in the game. My game sense is a bit off there, obviously. In production, I do have a Baneling nest. I felt like I was down for some reason in army count and workers, as neither was really true, just down a base. But getting Baneling tech, a good idea. I knew he didn't have roaches at the time, so I was just hoping he would try some kind of silly counter and meet Banelings and die. It's not going to happen really, obviously. He's just chilling at his base. He's got his spines going. He was producing some workers. He's up to 25 drones to my measly 18. I really should be trying to catch up there, but instead I'm still very concerned about a counterattack producing more Zerglings. No evidence of counterattack. I'm just afraid of one for some reason. He's got all of his overlords hanging out in between our 2 bases. I find that kind of rude, actually. He's got creep tumors all over his main. I guess I kind of like that. I don't know. It's good for vision. Creep doesn't really provide too much of a bonus in Zerg versus Zerg because you're just providing speed bonuses to your enemy when they're on your turf half the time. So I do get a second queen here. Okay, I've just popped some drones to saturate my main more fully. Got my second base up. Income. I'm down a little bit in income, maybe just because certain workers haven't started doing their thing yet. Okay, he has 2 geysers like I do. Each of us opting not to fully mine our gas geysers yet. He's made almost no use of his gas, besides speed. And oh, one thing I want to mention, when I came up upon this guy's base, I immediately realized that's what my game